Not every day I get to speak to a 3-time Juno Award winner, let alone a member of the Order of Canada, but today is that day, and I'm thrilled to introduce the next performer at the Estevan Arts Council Concert Series. Joining us this morning, the legendary Connie Kaldor with her husband, Paul. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And of course, I'm looking forward to hearing some music here this morning. Before we talk about the actual concert, what song are you going to play for us right now?
This is called Crane Valley Road. Those of you may know that. This whole album was kind of about this part of the world, so I wanted to start with something. I mean, it's maybe really Saskatchewan that I have a favorite road. That may be just, a little too Saskatchewan. But here it is. It's also fun to play in the morning. You know, I'm down from Moose Jaw, and you have a choice a little way down. There's a road that goes to somewhere hardly anybody goes, but it's a road I take and always will. It's not as smooth as the highway, I know, but it goes through a part of the world where time stands still. And I like that. I'm on the Crane Valley Road again. Yes, I am. I'm on the Crane Valley Road again. Yes, I am. And there's a point where you can see the road go straight south forever without a single curve like life can bring. And maybe that is why, and maybe it's the sky, but all I wanna do is drive that road and sing. And I like that. I'm on the Crane Valley Road again. Yes, I am. Oh, I'm on the Crane Valley Road again. Yes, I am. And there's so I slow down when I see a cow that's broken through the fence. She knows the grass is sweeter in the ditch. And the cow doesn't care, but the rancher's there, and I can see him swear, you son. Oh yes, I'm on the Crane Valley Road again. Yes, I am. Oh, I'm on the Crane Valley Road again. Yes, I am. And there's an old abandoned gas station leaning by the road to remind us what time and wind can do. They just let it fall. No big shots come to call to tear it down, just to build up something new. And if you want to see what it was like before the fences came, just look at those hills. Every mile brings me closer to the one who calls my name, and I love him, and I think I always will. And I like that, yes. I'm on the Crane Valley Road again. Yes, I am. Ooh, I'm on the Crane Valley Road again. Yes, I am. And there's a coyote running by the fence. Just another prairie singer out on the road like me. On the Crane Valley Road again. Yes, I am.
Fantastic. That's Paul and Connie Kaldor joining us here this morning. Is the grass sweeter on the other side of the fence?
It always is. According to any cow or bull will tell you that. They'll go plow right through the fence for that.
I love it. Yeah, a Western flair for sure. And of course, you're celebrating 45 years now in music. Have you always performed together?
No, actually, Paul selfishly sang with his own family for many years. He sang in French. They have a group called Heart Rouge, which there's Francophone members here. Franciscois members, they'll recognize them. They grew up on a farm in Willowbunch, but he sang with his sisters, 6 sisters, if you can believe it. And that's why, you know, I envied, they had family harmonies were there. They had pop records in Quebec and everything like that. Their family harmonies were really their, really the thing that set them apart. That was their thing. They sang all together, this beautiful family blend, and I envied it. And it took me 9 months and 18 years But I now got my own family band, so Paul finally gets to sing with boys. He gets to sing with the men in our family, the two sons, which will be coming. At least one of them will be here in Estevan, I think.
Yeah, that'll be so exciting. The concert is at the Comp this year, and let's talk about the family band, kind of how that all got started. Were you expecting to play with your family with your later part of your career?
No, well, I make jokes that it's the kind of commitment you need to be in the Canadian music industry as a woman. The Canadian music industry, you might have to make your own band. But no, I there's a moment, you were just talking about playing with your son, how cool it is. There's a moment when I was singing with my family, just singing around, and I realized, wait a minute, because our kids always sang, and they sang, Paul did a number of children's records in Quebec and French, and they always sang on all the records and stuff, so they always were singing around us, and our whole family, whenever they get together, sings, right? That's just the deal. Everybody's musical. So, and I realized, wait a minute, they were singing with me, and there's something, you may find this, they follow you in a different way than anybody else that ever plays with you. And they sing, their voices blend with Paul's and with mine, even though they're totally different voices. My one son has studied opera. He's got this beautiful tenor. The other song is they're both really good singers. Totally different vocal qualities, but there's some kind of blend that happens, just like in his family. 6 sisters, all different voices. Yeah. And yet they blend in really a unique way. And that kind of alchemy, to me, was just astounding. It still is. I mean, they have their own careers. They're writers and musicians, and one of them, is off doing his, he's got a career going too. He'll be down here, but they, but I'm, to have that is just so extraordinary. I just consider myself lucky every show I get to play with them. It's to tour with, to share something that you love, as you know, with the people you love the most in the world. It's the greatest pleasure. It really is.
I've heard it being referred to as blood harmonies, which is
I'm going to use that, blood harmonies. Oh, the family blend. I was taking the real blood harmonies. Ooh, I'm going to use that.
And of course, it'd be nice to hear another song, hopefully from Wide Open Spaces, your new album. That just came out, right?
Yeah, it just came out. We're just brand new on the
Which
thing.
one you want to do there?
This one I want to do because I am convinced there will be somebody out there that knows this story already. It's a true story. It's a little long, and I wanted to do it like as one of those story songs, like, A Boy Named Sue, like Johnny Cash kind of thing. Right. But I've known this story for years, and I finally decided to write the song about it. And it's a friend of mine who's worked PFRA. Everybody knows PFRA. Finally, an audience I don't need to explain PFRA to. And this story, I actually, when we did the video of it, I had a guy who connected me through Facebook because it was posted on Facebook. That was one of the people there. I knew I didn't give all of the details in the story, obviously, but he knew the details enough to make me know he was actually at the event. He's hopefully going to show up at our Calgary show. I can hardly wait. But cool. my friend is now a saddle maker is the one that told me this story. I don't know if he was there or close by. But here's for all of you, and if you do know this story, I want you to contact me or come to the show or something, because I'm dying to hear a few more details about this guy. I'm not going to name any names to save the rowdy, protect the rowdy. Well, I remember that night as clear as day. It was the summer I worked the FRA with the wildest cowboy I have ever known. We'd worked all day, then drove somewhere to a horse sale where he'd bought a mare, and it was late by Saskatoon with miles to go. Well, we were always hungry, it seemed back then, but it was Saskatoon and after 10, and the only place serving was the all-night cafe. We parked a rig with the horse in the parking lot and said, let's go in and get something hot, get a coffee, then be on our way. That's what I thought. But what I got was something wrong that went right in its own way. Well, we had boots and hats and hard-working jeans past suits and ties whose night it seems have been spent supporting their local brewer. Now, pretty girls and alcohol don't bring out the best in us all, but they called us an impolite name for horse manure. My friend had wild in his chest at his worst and at his best, and most of the time the difference was clear. But those guys were looking down their nose at our hard-working clothes, eating hamburger, having never seen a steer. "There's no real cowboys left round here," said one guy. And then to make it clear, he repeated it louder than he should. That's when my friend put back his hat, stood up, and walked to where they sat, and I thought to myself, this is gonna be good. He said, "Some folks keep losing their mouth after their brains have all gone south, and you, sir, seem to fit that bill. Well, I know I'm tired, it's getting late, but I feel the need to educate you. Yes, I think I will." But he didn't punch the guy, he just walked out, and I thought, hey, what's that about? Leaving those suits and ties well enough alone? I don't know. I can't be sure. Could it be that he has grown mature? I should have known. 5 minutes later, him and his horse came bursting through the door, right into the restaurant, hooves skidding on the tile floor. He could ride any four-legged thing with a saddle or without, and as the folks started screaming, I could hear him shout, "Cowboys still live in Saskatchewan. Cowboys still live in Saskatchewan. As long as sky is blue, may that always be true, that cowboys still live in Saskatchewan." Well, folks were screaming, food was flying, and those guys were up and trying to get away and up against the wall. Things were breaking everywhere, and him and that mare were whooping in the middle of it all. That skittish mare went down the aisle, him waving his hat with a smile, and he whispered something in her ear as he made her turn. I don't know what he said, but that horse perked up her head and reared up on her hind legs by the coffee urn. Well, he shouts, "Cowboys still live in Saskatchewan. Cowboys still live in Saskatchewan. Oh, as long as sky is blue, may that always be true, that cowboys still live in Saskatchewan." Well, by now the manager figured out what that cowboy was all about, and he grabbed his phone and was dialing 911. I left some money for the food, and I said, "I don't want to be rude, but I think it's time we ended all this fun." Now I have said again and again, a horse is smarter than most men, and that night, that horse, that's the truth. She had wisdom in her eyes and left her opinion of those guys in a steaming pile right beside their booth. Well, I whistled as I opened up the door, but he couldn't help himself. He just had to shout once more, "Cowboys still live in Saskatchewan. Cowboys still live in Saskatchewan. And your girlfriends love me too. May that always be true, that cowboys still live in Saskatchewan." Well, we loaded that horse so fast God only knows. We were peeling out of the parking lot with the sirens getting close, lights off and alleys later. We knew we got away. That's when we started laughing, and I laugh till this very day, when I think cowboys still live in Saskatchewan. Cowboys still live in Saskatchewan. Ooh, as long as sky is blue, may that always be true, that cowboys still live in Saskatchewan. And as long as sky is blue, may that always be true, that cowboys still live in Saskatchewan.
What a fun song. I gotta say, it's been a real treat that you were able to come here as well, Paul, to join things because of the rain.
Yeah.
I know it'll be so much fun on the October 1st with concert at Comp. Connie Kaldor, I just want to thank you both for your time, and it's just been such a pleasure. Before we let you go, where can people find more of your music? And you brought me some merch. Thank you so much for that. Where can people get that hooked up as well?
Well, I've got a website, www.conniekaldor.com. That's spelled with a K, Kaldor with a K. And probably on any more information on the website for the Arts Council here and that's where the tickets are as well. And or they can just call you up personally and ask you. I can tell them all about me. No. definitely the website, and on YouTube, it's on Facebook, it's on all of those things.
Come and see us at the show.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Talk to us
Anything
after.
can happen, as Paul will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, fantastic. And I'm so glad you were able to come down here and join us here today. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
So pleasure just to play this for the people who might know what I'm talking about. Really, it's that's my favorite thing.